Hey everyone, right here behind me is Raymond James Stadium, where the Tampa Bay Buccaneers play their home football games, and on this side is their training facility, basically right across the street. And today I'm doing something I'm calling Free Ticket Friday. I don't know when I'll air this, but I am here on a Friday, and I have been offered free tickets to 3 separate things. Started the day with free tickets to Tampa Bay Buccaneers training camp. Obviously, I don't know exactly how much I'm allowed to share here, so it's going to be very brief as far as that's concerned. I am now getting in my car and heading to Bok Tower Gardens. I got free tickets from Wawa to Bok Tower Gardens, and I've never been there before, and I figured since Wawa, the convenience store, was giving out free tickets, that I would grab a pair and see if I liked it, and if I don't, it just cost me the gas money to get there. Then tonight I'm going to come back almost exactly in this parking lot. On the other side of Raymond James Stadium is the baseball stadium for the Tampa Tarpons. I have free tickets to see them tonight. I know I've gone to a couple Tampa Tarpons games on the channel, but I figure I will probably document a little bit of everything, but since I have been there before on the channel, not as much tonight. Just trying to take advantage of free stuff, you know, with inflation and everything going on. If you get something free, take advantage of it. And something very cool at training camp is Mike Evans, the legendary wide receiver for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, actually signed a ton of autographs for people. I waited until all the kids got their autographs before I even went over to him, and he was still signing for people my age for like 5 minutes before he signed for me. So that was really, really cool as well. I'm gonna hop in the car, I'm gonna drive to Bok Tower Gardens, and that's where we'll meet up next. I'm here at Bok Tower Gardens. It's actually packed because of the Wawa event. That's why I got the free tickets. And I have to say, I do have to thank Wawa, because if it wasn't for making these free tickets available, there's no way I ever would have ventured over here. It's a good hour and a half away from my house, and it costs money, and I know that even if I thought, I should check that out someday, I never would have done it. So because of the free tickets, it gave me the incentive to get out here, and I really didn't know anything about it. So I am learning about the entire process of creating this, originally created to be a bird sanctuary, but then sort of expanding that to be a place where regular people could just get out into nature. So I've got about 2 hours left before I'm gonna head to my next free ticket event. So I'm gonna try to see not only the tower itself, but then I'm gonna try to check out some of the trails and do a little bit of, not hiking, but just, mini getting out there on the trails, seeing some of the foliage and some of the nature. Maybe we'll see some animals, I don't know. It's pretty hot out today. I think they're probably all looking for some shade, but I'm really happy that those free tickets were available. I just really never thought I would ever come here, and now that I'm here, I'm happy I'm here and learning about some of this stuff. When I Googled, it said that Bok Tower Gardens is an hour 15 minutes away from Walt Disney World, but I'm willing to venture if you take some back roads, and if you're trying to get here in the morning, like if you have an off day from the parks and you want to do something that feels a little less hectic and get back out into nature and stuff like that, and you want to come here, if you leave fairly early in the morning, I believe it's going to take less than an hour 15 minutes. It looks like it is pretty close. It's almost like right directly south of Walt Disney World. So that's just for your reference here. It's sort of in the Lakeland area, but it's further south than Lakeland as well. Just at 2:30, they set off the bells, or they had the bells ringing, and unfortunately people were just being loud and kind of rude. It's been a problem that I've addressed a number of times recently with theme park guests being more rude and not having that self-awareness to know that maybe they don't set off the bells here all that often, so when they're doing it, to be quiet. I'm gonna see if I stick around till 3, because at 2:30 they set them off. I'm assuming they're gonna set them off at 3. Hopefully, they're not fireworks. I don't know why I say set them off, but that's the best phrase I could think of right now. So if they do it again at 3, hopefully some of the kids and some of the groups will have cleared out a little more, and I can try to get you some better audio of the bells, because it is really, really pretty. There's a nice overlook here, like almost like a park on the other side. It's nature and gardens between the main building and the tower, but past the tower it's almost like a park, and they have some benches set up and you can look out over miles and miles of rural Florida. So that's kind of cool. But I might just chill, take some pictures, take some video, wait until 3 o'clock, and then start making my way back to the main building. I don't know if I'll hit anything else besides the tower. There are some other trails and I might do that as well, but I'd like to leave here probably around 4:15, because I still have a baseball game, the 3rd trip in Free Ticket Friday. if I ever come back here in the fall or winter, I am definitely going to take a branch off here where there are well over 2 miles of trails that go through the grounds here. It's not part of the regular preserve. It's this Pine Ridge Preserve trail. And I would love to just get out and sort of get off the beaten path a little bit. But this place does close at a certain time. And like I said, I have baseball tickets for tonight. And it is very, very hot. Now, if I had water with me, if I had brought like, you know, a jug or a bottle of my own, it wouldn't be so hot that I couldn't go on a hike. But I think this is probably the best course of action with the weather and my provisions. I would like to thank Wawa for the free tickets to Bok Tower Gardens. Now, while I do love the fact that I got these free tickets and I probably wouldn't have come here to explore if I didn't, I also think that probably a little bit of the rudeness of some of the other guests were probably due to the free Wawa tickets. I mean, it was packed, and I can't imagine there are that many people here on a normal day. And when you don't spend money on something, you're not quite as invested in it. So, you know, I enjoyed the free tickets, and it's why I'm here, so I can't complain in that respect. But I am imagining that if you come here on a regular day, like as part of your vacation, it will be much calmer and there won't be as many people here, and you'll be able to enjoy the bells and some of the trails. And obviously, if you come in the fall or the winter or even the spring, the weather will be a lot nicer than it was today. I was thinking about getting a drink in the shop here. They have a little cafe, and my thought was if it was theme park prices, I wouldn't do it, and if it was like convenience store prices, I would do it. Well, fountain soda was $4. So to thank Wawa for the free tickets, I will stop at a Wawa on my way back to the Tampa area. Right now, I would say Bok Tower Gardens, pretty nice place to stop. About an hour, 15 minutes away from Walt Disney World, about an hour and a half from the Tampa area. And here I am for the third and final stop for Free Ticket Friday. I'm going to be seeing the Tampa Tarpons play host to the Clearwater Threshers. I've been to the stadium a few times, George Steinbrenner Field, and shown you some of the stuff that is here because the Yankees also play their spring training here. But this is low single A baseball between the Tarpons, the Yankees affiliate, and the Threshers, the Phillies affiliate. We'll have a good time. It's a real fun ballpark. So two things I wanted to mention really quickly here is one of the things they do at the Tampa Tarpons games is they actually have a sensory room for kids with autism or other neurodivergencies. So that is really, really cool that they do that here. You do have to tell them in advance that you need it. And I believe their website is tampatarpons.com. It might be tampatarponsbaseball.com, but you can Google it and find that. So if you just go online, if you have a neurodivergent kid who needs that suite, let them know and they'll work with you on that. Another thing I noticed is the Tarpons have players wearing numbers 2 and number 3. This is the Yankees organization, and I think it's weird that they have them wearing retired numbers, especially for people as popular as Derek Jeter and Babe Ruth. If they make it to the major leagues as Yankees, they're not going to be able to wear those numbers. So I do think that's a little bit weird. But anyway, I digress. Thumbs up. Way to go on the neurodivergent room, the sensory overload room. Really good stuff. All right, I'm gonna cut out a little early because A, I've been doing this since really early this morning between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers training camp, Bok Tower Gardens, and now the Tampa Tarpons game. Also, the Dodgers are on Apple TV tonight, and we have Apple TV at home, but I don't have it on my phone, and I don't know how to pull it up on my phone. So, at least today, I'm not gonna bother with it, and I wanna go home and watch the Dodgers instead of having the game on my phone while I'm at this game. Because I am the type of person who will watch another baseball game at a baseball game. Couple notes that I wanna make before I end this video. One, the Tampa Tarpons, you know, this is Free Ticket Friday for me, and I had a free ticket to this game, but on Friday nights at their home games, they have a family 4-pack. It's 4 tickets, so 4 seats, 4 hats, Tampa Tarpons hats. They do rotate the hats, so the one that they were giving away today won't necessarily be the one they do their next Friday home stand. So you get the seat, the hat, and all you can eat food until the visiting team scores a run. That didn't happen until I think the 4th inning today that the visiting team scored a run. So that's a pretty good deal. 16 bucks a ticket. So I do not work for the Tarpons. They are not paying me to be here. They didn't even give me the free ticket to be here. But that is one heck of a deal. When I talk about minor league baseball being family friendly and affordable, that's one of the things I mean. All you can eat food until the opposing team scores a run, a hat, a ticket for $16 a piece. Now, you have to know 3 other people, right? And that's where, since 90% of my friends are in other time zones, it's a little hard for me, but I do think it is a great deal. One other quick note that I want to make is it is Disability Pride Month. I've talked about that a little bit this month. And while I was in there, of course, I'm scrolling Twitter in between innings. And I saw a post with somebody criticizing content creators for posting POV ride videos. Now, he wasn't, you know, doing this to me specifically. Like, I don't think, I mean, I don't post that many right now. I will probably have more in the future, but he wasn't like targeting me. I know, because he said shaky and I was a professional camera operator, so I know how to do this, you know, pretty well. However, and he said, you know, get better content or whatever. So I want to say this. Anytime I will post a POV video, and I'm sure every other content creator in the world who posts a POV video, it's not instead of other content. It's just, hey, I wouldn't have posted something today, but maybe I'll post this. And the real crux of what I want to say is that I was once in the parks. It was Epcot specifically. I was sitting on a bench between the France and Morocco pavilion, and a mother came up to me and said that her son watches my YouTube channel and that he's autistic and he doesn't watch my vlogs and he doesn't listen to the podcast, but my channel is always up on their YouTube, so she knew my face and everything like that. And that the kid watches the POV ride videos, and more specifically POVs of the parades and the character cavalcades on loop. So forgive me for not worrying what some middle-aged guy thinks is good content and not good content, when that mother was so excited to meet me. And it's not because of the theme park vlogs that I do, it's not because of the podcast episodes that I post, it's not because I try to find quote-unquote great content. I made her kid's day, and I never met them, and the kid has autism and has a special interest in watching POV parades and character cavalcades. So I think it's important to remember that your life, the one you're experiencing, isn't the one that everyone experiences. So when you get really judgmental about things, you might not realize how that thing that is taking absolutely nothing out of your life, that every once in a while on a random Tuesday I might post a POV of Big Thunder Mountain Railroad, or any content creator might do it. Like I said, he wasn't talking about me specifically. There are dozens of great Disney creators out there doing amazing things. If every once in a while they post a POV so that an autistic kid can sit and watch it over and over and over again and feel happy, I'm striking that up as a win, bro. So anyway, like, comment, subscribe. Not only will you see theme park vlogs, you'll see POVs, you'll see me do things like today where I traveled all around the place showing you a bunch of different things. I had Tampa Bay Buccaneers training camp this morning, then I went to Bok Tower Gardens, thank you to Wawa for the free tickets, and now tonight I was at a minor league baseball game. So I try to mix things up and always just have fun and show you some great travel opportunities. So those subscriptions especially really help. I'll talk to you soon.